Hey there, if you're thinking of becoming a .NET software engineer in 2026 and beyond, this roadmap is going to save you months of confusion and wasted efforts. I'm Dara, and today we're going to break down the exact path that you need to follow from absolute beginner to job-ready .NET developer. No fluff, right? Just actionable steps. Let's get started. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to learn, in what order to learn it, and why it matters. First things first, C# is your foundation into the .NET world. Yes, there's F#, there's VB.NET, but I'll say don't learn much. Yes, you could if you really need to. But if you're starting out, I'll say C# should be your foundation. Everything in the .NET ecosystem is built on C#. So you need to get comfortable with C#. All right? You need to know your variables, your data types, your operators, your control flow, object-oriented programming concepts, collections and link, exception handling, and things like async await will save your life quite a lot. So C# is not just syntax, right? It's how you think in .NET. It's how you think of writing apps, how you think of solutions. When you master this, everything else, and I mean this, everything else becomes easier. Once you're solid with the fundamentals and basics of C#, of course, I have a video playlist on that. You can check out in the description, right? That is where your web skill or desktop skills comes in, yeah? But I recommend for most folks, they all just go for ASP.NET Core, which is the web framework for developing applications in .NET. You need to think about learning the MVC architecture. You learn routing, middleware, dependency injection, writing RESTful APIs, authentication and authorization. You cannot even run here from that. ASP.NET Core is the backbone of modern .NET web apps. Whether you're building APIs or full stack apps, it is essential. Even if you're not going super advanced, you need to know those fundamentals. And my recommendation to you is, which is a pro tip here, you should build at least 2 projects, right? One API, one MVC application. Forget all the tutorials, right? Real projects beat tutorials every single time. No app is complete without a database. EF Core, Entity Framework Core, is your bridge between C#, your code, and your data, where information lives. There are 2 ways to think about this. There's code first versus database first. Migrations, link queries, performance optimization. So you need to think about those things. EF Core is great for either of those ones to be able to know. EF Core is the ORM, Object Relational Mapper tool, between your application code and your database. Whatever database you use it, Microsoft SQL, PostgreSQL, Cosmos DB, EF will be your very good friend right there. And the thing is, and this is an advice I give to everyone learning ASP.NET Core, don't just rely on EF Core blindly, right? You should also learn raw SQL. It will save you when performance becomes critical in your application. You don't need to be a front-end expert, right? But you need to understand the basics. You don't need to be an expert in SQL, you need to understand the basics. And this is what I tell everyone. If you're learning something, understand the fundamentals first before you jump into the fancy frameworks. That is why we started with C# and moved into ASP.NET. The next one you want to learn, if you have not learned it yet, is ASP HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then you can learn either Razor Pages or Blazor. Or if you want to go a bit more fancy and be more in line with the general populace, React or Angular would be something you want to learn. There's also options for Vue.js and very many other JS-based frameworks, which personally I don't know most of them anymore. Now, most .NET roles expect you to work across the stack, like full stack development. Even basic front-end skills as a back-end engineer will make you more IRM. And that is what I tell everyone. Yes, I don't build the fanciest or most functional UIs, but I could if I had to. If my life depended on it and it was pointed to my head, I would actually build a UI for you. Now, there's a banger, right? There's a truth for everyone to know here. Modern .NET development is not just about code anymore. you should also know about deployment, scaling, and automation. Yes, I'm a DevOps engineer and that is my job. But I tell you, as a developer, as an engineer, you also need to know it. Just at the fundamental level, you don't need to know it at the level that we know it. Just know the fundamentals of it, right? So you want to learn things like Azure fundamentals, Docker, CI/CD, monitoring, logging. You need to know these things. Employers want developers who can ship and maintain applications, not just write code. In 2026 and beyond, cloud skills are non-negotiable. You cannot negotiate cloud skills in 2026, right? So please go learn fundamentals of the cloud. The skills that you have will get you the interviews. Engineering practices that you develop by building the projects following this guideline will get you and promoted. I've done a couple of videos on how to get in line between junior and senior, mid-level and all that. You can watch the video. Proper playlist will be in the video description and pin comment for you to actually watch on how you can build those things. Now you've learned all that fancy stuff, but there comes a more crucial part of this. You need to learn version control, right? Unit testing, design patterns, clean code practices, basics of agile software development. You need to learn this and also ingrain them in yourself. This is what will separate you from junior developers. Yes, you might be starting out as a junior, but it will give you that leverage to become promoted soon enough as soon as you get into the lab. And you should learn to write maintainable and testable code. It's non-negotiable this time around, all right? Theory is great, but employers want proof, right? So as you build the project that we talked about earlier on, build your portfolio alongside. Your GitHub is your portfolio. Your GitHub is your CV, right? GitHub is your CV. Use GitHub judiciously. Build a REST API with authentication, a full stack web app, a microservice to Docker deployment. Put them on your GitHub. Show them to the world. Make noise about yourself and what you've done. And there's a tip here, right? Your README files should be clear. Explain what your project does and how to run it and what you have learned developing it. So, if you've not listened to any of the things I've said, right? If you've skipped over the video, but this is the part you jumped up to, let's recap the roadmap for you just again. Master C#, learn ASP.NET Core, learn EF Core, understand front-end basic, pick up cloud and DevOps skills, adopt engineering best practices, and build a portfolio that proves all of them. That's all you need to know. If I'm going to make this in 30 seconds, that's what I should have said, or maybe even started the video, but hey, I have to get you here, right? Now, this is not a 3-month journey. Yes, you could learn all the fundamentals in a week or so if you're super duper smart, way smarter than me. Yes, you could. But I would say, and I advise people, build the project step by step. Especially most people that are watching this probably have a day job that are transitioning. So pace yourself between 6 to 12 months of focused learning and building. And stay consistent at it. And I bet this with you will not be the same at the end of that period you set up. And if you are assessing this a 12-month or 6-month journey, let me know in the comment section how I can actually help you become better. If you get stuck with anything, put them in the questions or use this QR code to ask me a question. If I don't have the answer, I have a ton of friends, right, that can help you get those answers. So drop your comments, scan this QR code, drop the questions. As soon as I'm able to, I'll get to them and do them justice. If you found this roadmap helpful, remember what you can do. Drop a comment where you're on your journey, and if you want more career and tech content just like this one, subscribe and hit the bell right down there. I'm Dara, and see you in the next one. Let's go build some. Yes, I'm really building something.